YouTube, I am the Truman, and you are watching my new series, Characters of Arkham. This series is meant to take a look at many of the characters as they are presented in the Arkham franchise. On this episode, we will be looking at the famous DC assassin, Deathstroke. On April 9th, 2013, the cover of the May issue of Game Informer told us that a new Batman game was on the horizon. Not only that, but the well-known assassin Deathstroke was also announced as a villain in this new game. I don't know about you, but my reaction, along with the joy of hearing about a new Batman game, went a little something like this.
So, it's the world's greatest detective versus the world's deadliest assassin.
Of course, it was probably a little less reserved than that. Since this announcement, Deathstroke has been featured in most, if not all, of Arkham Origins promotional images and trailers thus far. Who could forget the epic CG fight between him and Batman in the official trailer? It's probably no surprise then that he will be the main antagonist that we will fight in the game. To get you a little more excited about the character, here's what the developers think of Deathstroke. The team likes to think of him as the anti-Batman. He's physically and mentally enhanced, and is always one step ahead of his opponents. His real name is Slade Wilson, and in the comics at least, he's missing an eye due to tragic circumstances. In combat, Deathstroke uses a staff that shoots energy beams, swords, various grenades, and the remote claw that Batman eventually confiscates for his own use. What else do we know about Deathstroke so far? Well, in the game's narrative, he is one of the 8 assassins hired by Black Mass to kill Batman on Christmas Eve. In one of the recent trailers, we can also see Deathstroke's criminal profile, which tells us a little more about his physique and capabilities. He is obviously a very capable fighter, able to match Batman move for move, despite being older than him. To add on to his skill set, as shown in the reveal trailer, Deathstroke also carries around, and is an expert with, an assortment of weapons. In the trailer he is shown using an extendable staff, 2 swords, and a pistol. Perhaps he still has more weapons that we have yet to see. As many of you know, Deathstroke will be a playable character in Arkham Origins, although he will only be playable in the challenge mode. In other words, he is not available in free roam. At this point, I'll be doing some speculation, so a lot of this may or may not be true in the final game. As a playable character, I would assume that Deathstroke plays similar to Batman, with strong, lethal, but smooth hits. Given his assortment of weapons, his fighting style might actually be fatal, so instead of knocking out people like Batman does, Deathstroke might end the fight by killing his opponents. Besides Arkham Origins, Deathstroke has made appearances in other games and TV shows. His most recent appearance in a video game is in Injustice: Gods Among Us. In the game's story, he is aligned with Batman's insurgents to topple Superman's regime in an alternate universe. If any of that sounds a bit confusing, then you'll just have to play the game. As a character, he is classified as a gadget user, much like Batman. His moveset comprises of his twin pistols, sword, and fully automatic sniper rifle. I'm not going to go into much detail about Deathstroke in this game. I'm sure there are plenty of more qualified players that can explain his playstyle better than I ever could.
Still wanna be a hero? Prefer steel or lead?
Here goes nothing.
You're easy money. I love my job.
Contract status fulfilled. Retrieving next target.
On the TV shows, Deathstroke appears in the 2nd season of Young Justice, an animated series focusing on the young heroes from the DC Universe. In this adaptation, he serves as the antagonist's enforcer, taking on the tasks that they require of him. While not a prominent character in the series and does not appear in many episodes, he does have his fair share of action sequences against the heroes.
to interrupt such poignant interspecies romance, but we have pressing business with the Martian.
Platoon 40 team, we're under attack at the Chicago's data tube. Requesting backup.
Acknowledged. We're 3 minutes from the nearest tube, but we're on our way.
See, calling for help like that just pushes up the timetable. Now I can't savor the battle.
You want something to savor?
Look on!
Now that leg doesn't look good. Though I hate to see any poor animals suffer. You aren't on the lights hit list. So how about a little anesthetic for the pain?
Finally, we have Arrow, a live-action television series on the CW revolving around the DC hero Green Arrow. Deathstroke is primarily featured in Oliver Queen's flashback sequences, dubbed the island scenes by fans. In this universe, the name Deathstroke is a code name used by two Australian Secret Intelligence Service agents, Slade Wilson and Billy Wintergreen. Both of them end up on the same island as Oliver. If you are any fan of Deathstroke, I would suggest checking out any of these. I can't recommend Arrow enough. It's such a good TV show. Season 1 ended not too long ago, and Season 2 is due in October. So, if you plan on checking out the series, you have plenty of time to catch up.
Call your people. Tell them to bring the plane.
There's no need, Yafei. My people will be here shortly. Do not think it convenient you captured me so easily. Go! Run!
As for Arkham Origins, I don't know what is in store for Deathstroke, but I sure am excited to find out. Remember that if you pre-order the game, you get the playable Deathstroke on day 1. Batman Arkham Origins releases worldwide on October 25th, so be sure not to miss out. Which character are you interested in seeing next? Leave your suggestions in the comments. Also, let me know what you think of Deathstroke. Thanks for watching.